Doug's back with you now for more baseball action tonight between the Bluegrass Rangers, 13U Goldie, and and the Double County Warriors from Mount Sterling. Out of the inning. Alright, let's see if that works better. Trying to make the sound good here. And that ball is going to be fouled off over the fence behind us, and it looks like it almost hit the ice cream truck as it's pulling away.
I can hear you now.
And that's the foul ball against the screen. and that's going to be ball 4. Jones is aboard with a walk. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be thrown down by Barnett, who's the catcher, and that ball ends up going into center field. Runner doesn't go anywhere. And that ball's going to be popped up to the infield, and looks like Kyle Fankick will have that one easily. So that will be the second out of the inning. Alright, and that pitch is going to be high for a ball. Three balls, 0 strikes to number 27 for Montgomery County. And that ball's going to be high, and that's going to be ball 4. Runners on the corners. Spark throws it over to first base, and the runner on first base is back easily. That's going to be high. The runner from first will steal the second base. And that ball is going to be hit into the outfield. That's going to be a fair ball. It's going to be in right field. Gibson runs to get it in right field, and he will throw it back in. That will score 1 run. That will score 2 runs. Both of the runners will score, and that will be a triple, a stand-up triple for Montgomery County. That's going to be low and in the dirt for ball 1. And that's going to be a balk on Braden Sparks, and that will score the run. And it's going to be 3-0. that's going to be a foul ball. Next pitch by Sparks is going to be high, and that's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike. That ball is going to be hit hard, and it's going to be high, and it is just out of the reach of the center fielder. Center fielder throws it back into shortstop. Goldie's got it short, and that's going to be a very long single. Sparks' next pitch is going to be high for a ball. And the next pitch is going to be high for another ball. 2 balls, 0 strikes, 2 outs. Score 3-0. Sparks checks the runner over at first base. And that ball's going to be high, 3-0. And that's going to be ball 4. And we got runners on first and second, and we're going to have a mound visit by Coach Goldie. Having some issues here with the sideline app. So the scoreboard may not be on your screen. Sparks delivers the pitch, and that's going to be fouled off. That's going to be a ball. 1-1. That ball is hit by the batter, and that's going to be a foul ball over on the first base side. Took that one for a ride. That ball's going to be outside and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sparks checks the runner at second. Fouled away over the screen. And that's in the swimming pool. That's in the Southland Park swimming pool. I think you get extra credit for making that splash. Judges give that one a 7. And that's another foul ball, and that's going to fall behind the screen. It hits the sidewalk, bounces off a tree. And that ball's going to be fouled off. It's up. Is it? Where is it?
It's right there.
Okay. There it is, over there. And that ball's going to be foul ball down the first base line. Next pitch by Sparks is going to be hit. That's going to be a high fly ball into center field, right center field to be exact. And Will Hunt gets it into Kyle Fankick, who throws it over the shortstop. 2 more runs will score, and it's going to be 5-0. All right, and that's going to be outside football. One ball, 0 strikes. There's 2 outs, so 1 or more out will end the inning. Runner on first base, and that's going to be a strike over the plate. Two one. All right, I think I finally figured out.
Let's go, Caleb.
There we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to be a full count. And that's going to be hit to the second baseman. Fankick got it easily. Throws over to Kelly, and that's going to be the end of the inning. Rangers give up 5 runs. And we'll be going toward the top of the order for the Rangers coming up. All right. Rangers have themselves a deficit here at 5-0. Top of the order coming up for the Rangers. Matthew Barnett and Rangers Goldie, those two hitters. I got it! Had a ball that just came flying toward me. Thank goodness for a fence. All right. All in all, not too bad of an afternoon. It was hot, but it wasn't as oppressive as it was yesterday. Hope everyone who's listening and watching the broadcast enjoys being in the nice air conditioning of wherever you are. Hope you're in air conditioning. Hope you're staying cool. Alright, we're ready for the bottom of the first inning. And here's Matthew Barnett up for the Bluegrass Rangers. Matthew pitched in the last game, starting at catcher in this one. And he's awaiting the pitch here from the pitcher from Montgomery County. And that's going to be high for a ball. Matthew is our resident Premier League soccer fan for the Rangers. And Matthew hits the ball right down to the first baseman, and that's going to be a ground out to the first baseman. Hard hit ball. Made excellent contact on it. It was just happened to be hit to somebody. Not much you can do on that one. That was an excellent fielding play right there by Montgomery County's first baseman. And that brings us to Rangers Goldie with Emerson O'Brien on deck. Goldie takes the first pitch for a ball. And the second pitch is going to be swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Goldie takes the second pitch across the middle of the plate for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's going to be strike 3 swinging. Braylon protected the plate. Had a pretty good pitch to swing at. And that brings us to Emerson O'Brien. Emerson hit the ball pretty hard. And that's going to be way outside for a ball.
Go, Carter.
O'Brien fouls the ball off of his leg. So that's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch is coming, and it is high, and O'Brien swings at it, 1-2. Swung and missed at a high fastball on that one. And here's the 1-2 pitch, and Emerson O'Brien hits that one foul down the third base line. Here's the delivery, and O'Brien hits the third baseman, bounces right by him, and that's going to be a base hit into left field. Ball looked like it took a funny hop right before it got to the third baseman, and he just misjudged it on that funny hop. Rangers have a runner with 2 outs. And this brings us to Will Hunt. And that pitch is going to be low for a ball. Gets away from the catcher and bounces around like a pinball for a little bit. Runner doesn't advance, nothing's going on. And Hunt knocks that ball back to the pitcher. Pitcher throws it over to first base. That's going to be the end of the inning. No runs, 1 hit. Runner stranded. That will be Montgomery County 5, Rangers 0 after 1. Rangers only have 9 players available today. So you're not going to see a whole lot of changes on defensive substitutions. And it looks like Sparks will come out and pitch for the second inning for the Rangers. It's going to be Blanton in left, Hunt in center, Gibson in right. And then around the infield, it's going to be O'Brien at third, Goldie at short, Fancook at second, Kelly at first, Barnett at catcher, and Sparks on the mound for inning number 2. Yeah, we started this game a little early. The umpire's been moving these around with 5 innings only being played, and the last inning can't start after an hour and 25 minutes. The games go pretty quick. And Sparks finishes his warm-ups to his catcher, Matthew Barnett. Matthew hasn't played catcher since dinosaurs roamed the earth. Oh, that's a pretty good throw ball catcher right there on the last warm-up pitch. Umpire's cleaning the home plate off, and we're about ready to start again. Sparks delivers the post pitch, and that's going to be outside for a ball. Well, behind us is Southland Pool here at Southland Park, and it looks like it's starting to clear out a little bit. Second pitch delivered is going to be a ball. Pretty nice day to be taking a dip in the pool. Third pitch to number 30 goes to Micah Kelly, and it takes a bad hop away from Micah and ends up going into right field, and that's going to be a hit. That ball just took a really bad hop. Micah had played that perfectly, and I think he was as surprised as anyone when that ball just spun away from him. Runner on first. Sparks throws over. Runner's back. Nothing going on. Nothing going. Sparks throws. Bunt side. That's going to be high for a ball. Sparks bunts, and that's going to be a bunt down the third base line, and everyone's going to be safe. The Montgomery County batter just put that bunt down, and that was a beautiful bunt to be made right there. Kids, if you're watching at home, that's the way you do it. That's the way you lay that bunt down, just right down the line. Field's a little fast, so O'Brien got to it in time, but runner had some speed on that one too. So we got 2 on, no outs. The next Montgomery County batter takes his opportunity to swing. Ball gets away from Matthew. Well, it actually hits the fence, never really gets to Matthew. And that's going to be a ball. And now we got runners advancing to second and third on the ball that hits the backstop. Second pitch from Sparks is going to be high and outside. Ball 2. Batter waits the pitch, and batter swings at the pitch, and it is fouled off to the screen. 2 balls, 1 strike to number 53. And that's going to be another ball up and away. 3 balls, 1 strike. Trying to avoid loading the bases with Montgomery County players here. Next pitch is going to be high for ball 4. Bases loaded, no outs. And here we go. Number 19 here is batting for Montgomery County, and that's going to be ball high. Braden sets and delivers, and that ball's going to be a strike, but that's going to be hit past the shortstop, and that's going to be in center field, and that's going to score 2 runs. Base hit for Montgomery County, scores 2 runs there, and that's going to be 7-0 as the score. And Braden Sparks will depart the game as the pitcher, and he will go to... Well, let's figure out where he's going to go here. We got a whole lot of movement around here for the Rangers. The only thing I know for certain is Matthew Barnett's still the catcher for the simple reason he's still got the gear on. I'm not too smart, but I'm smart enough to know who the catcher is. And it looks like Coach Goldie and Matthew are having a nice discussion over on the pitcher's mound. Coach Goldie might be asking Matthew what were the names of the dinosaurs who roamed the earth when he played catcher last. And that was because Matthew's 12U coach decided not to use him at catcher. Have no earthly idea who that guy was. Braylon Goldie's going to be the new pitcher. Number 18 is going to be pitching for the Rangers. And let me reset the lineup here for you in the infield. Looks like we've had a whole lot of Rangers move around. Braden Sparks is going to first base. Micah Kelly moves into right field. Kyle Fankick is still at second. Looks like Emerson O'Brien's now at short. I believe that is... Correction. Kyle Fankick's moving over to third. And Drew Gibson's moving over to second. And it looks like Will Hunt's in left and Jordy Blanton's in center. Alright, so let's do that in a little bit more organized way. Barnett at catcher. Sparks at first. Gibson at second. O'Brien at short. Fankick at third. Goldie on the mound. And then your outfield from left to right is going to be Hunt, Blanton, and Kelly. Hope everybody got that. 7-0 as we resume play, and the ball is hit past Emerson O'Brien at shortstop. Will Hunt throws it in, runner will score, and Matthew Barnett has a hard time catching up with the ball as it's rolling around in the infield. That will score another run, and we will have runners at second and third with a score of 8-0. With 0 outs. Alright. Goldie's pitch is going to be fouled off, and it's going to come back right in front of me here at the screen. Right in front of me. There you go. Had to direct our catcher where to go. I take great pride in the fact that I can direct the catcher to do something. Goldie's next pitch is going to be grounded to Fankick at third. Fankick throws over to first, and it's going to be ruled an out, as that was a great play right there by Braden Sparks made a great play over there at first base to get the out, and I think we are going to have a conference between the umpires to see whether he was actually out or not. And it looks like, they're going to after the little conference, we're going to have an overrule one there, so that's going to be a single, and that is going to score 1 run. And it's going to be 9-0 Montgomery County. Runners on the corners with no outs. Bankuk made a great play right there to get the ball over to first base, and Sparks made a great play to keep the ball from getting away from him. The runner steals on the pitch, and that was a ball on the pitch. Safe. 1 ball, 1 strike, as that pitch by Rangers Goldie was a strike. Inside, not by much, but it was inside, and it's going to be 2-1. Turned into a beautiful evening here in Lexington. And that ball is going to get through Hunt at left field. Good ground ball by Montgomery County. Both runners will score. And that will now make the score 11-0 Montgomery County. And the Rangers are still looking for the first out. Goldie throws over. Sparks gets the ball, applies the tag, runners back. So we're in the top of the second with an 11-0 deficit for the Rangers. That ball is way inside, and that's going to be ball 1 to number 5. Goldie readies to pitch. Outside, ball 2. Rangers looking for the first out of the inning. Goldie throws over to first base. Sparks applies the tag. Runner back. Goldie's next pitch is going to be outside for ball 3, and we got a 3-0 count. The set and the pitch, and that's going to be a strike down the heart of the plate. Smart move there by the batter just to see if that's going to be a strike. It's 3-0, doesn't hurt you any. Goldie throws, and that's going to be hit, and it's going to the shortstop. O'Brien picks up the ball, tags second base with it, so that's going to be a force out at second. And the throw from O'Brien over to first base gets away from the first baseman. It was in the dirt. So runner will be at first base. That's going to be a fielder's choice. And we have 1 out in the inning, as the runner on second is retired. So the Rangers found their first out. Ball is high. Barnett throws it over. No! Emerson gets that ball down. Runner's going to steal second. The pitch was a ball. And here's Goldie setting up, delivers the pitch, and that ball's down the heart of the plate and is fouled off. 1-1. This is part of a larger tournament that's being hosted by the Bluegrass Rangers organization. And that's going to be a balk on Goldie, as apparently he was not set for the sufficient length of time. And that's what the umpire in the field is telling him. He just simply was not set, and that's going to be a balk. Runner from second goes to third. Have to set and pause. If you don't set and pause, that's going to be a balk every time. That ball's inside, and that's going to be a 2-1 count. Rangers organization's hosting a big tournament in town. This is the 13U division over at Southland Park. The rest of the tournament is over at Cardinal Run Park. So if you want to check out some baseball tomorrow when the weather gets a little cooler, head on out to either park, Cardinal Run or Southland. And that hit by number 2 at Montgomery County is grounded into the outfield for a base hit past the shortstop. And it is now 12-0 Montgomery County. Six teams are in this tournament for the 13U division. 2 Ranger teams, 2 teams from Bluegrass, 1 team from Grayson and Montgomery County. And that's going to be a strike as it was swung on. Runner doesn't go anywhere. Thought it might have hit a bat or might have hit the catcher. I'm not sure. Now that's going to be a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Goldie delivers, and that's going to be on the outside corner of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Goldie's ahead of the count now. 1-2. Hopefully we can get the second out here. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And the Rangers all of a sudden now have 2 outs. This Montgomery County team can hit the ball pretty well. And they have demonstrated that with significant success today. Goldie delivers, and Anderson from Montgomery County hits the ball past Drew Gibson, and that will be a hit. Micah Kelly picks it up in right field, throws it back into the shortstop, and we now have runners on first and second with 2 outs. And because you have 2 outs, the infield fly rule will not be in play. And it looks like we are waiting for a batter. And the batter keeps coming up to the plate. Number 8 for Montgomery County will be batting. And 2 runners on. Goldie pitches, and that's going to be in the dirt for ball 1. Outside in the dirt. Goldie delivers the next pitch. It's going to be outside for ball 2. The playground in center field here at Southland Park in Lexington is devoid of any kids right now. There's something going on in the shelter behind us, and the next pitch is going to be fouled off behind us over the screen, and it goes over to the Pit Stop Grub food truck, which is still here at the park. Had a coffee food truck here earlier, a ice cream food truck, and the regular food truck, and that ball is hit over to Kyle Fankick, who ends up grabbing it at third base and steps on the bag for the 3rd out, and the inning is finally over. Whole lot of damage there with respect to that one. Score's 12-0 MoCo. Scoreboard over here.
They
No, it's 12.
Game changer has it 12.
It's 12. I got it at 12.
I wouldn't cheat.
Yeah, the umpires are discussing how many runs are on there, and everybody agrees it's 12. We're almost to the limit of my ability to count. So, but no, it's 12. It's 12-0. Got to hold them here because I can't count that high. The umpires and Coach Blanton are having a discussion about foul balls that are stuck in the fence behind home plate. A nice hard thunderstorm will get those balls out of the fencing. I just want to be standing under it when it happens. All right, so Braden Sparks will be batting for the Rangers, and then following Braden will be Micah Kelly. All right, with a 12-0 lead, I guess at this point I can thank all the food trucks that came out to Southland Park today. There's not a concession stand here at Southland Park because this field's not really used for Little League Baseball that much. It's mainly used more for adult softball and kickball. They have adult kickball tournaments here all the time. But the state Little League Championship was here on this field about 3-4 weeks ago. Watching the Montgomery County pitcher pitch here, and he's got some movement on some of these balls as he's warming up. Rangers looking to get some runs on the board. Because in the words of Mike and the Mechanics, all we need is a miracle. I always wanted to drop a Mike and the Mechanics reference into a telecast. Finally got a chance to do so. Alright, looks like I hit the camera. Camera's back, and here's Braden Sparks. And Braden takes the first pitch for a strike. Hits the outside corner of the plate. 0-1. Braden swings at the next pitch, and that is going to be a foul ball, as that almost takes out Coach Goldie over at third base. Don't think you get extra bonus points for that.
Come on, Braden.
Braden down 0-2. That ball looks like to be a change-up that didn't change. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now I dropped a Mike and the Mechanics reference, Olu.
Come on, Braden.
And that ball is going to be outside for a 2-2 count. Good plate discipline right here by Braden.
Let's go, Braden. Come on, bud. Have fun.
You just have to chip into a lead like this. That's the only way you really get back into a game is chip into it. That ball's going to be outside and in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Braden has come back from an 0-2 hole to be ahead in the count, 3-2, and drive it to a full count. Pretty good at bat here. And that ball's going to be high.
Good night, Braden.
And Braden's going to walk. He trots on down first base. And Micah Kelly will be coming to the plate. Micah hit the ball pretty well in Iowa for the 13U All-Star team during the regional tournament. And he had a pretty good day at the plate in the first game. Pitcher checks the runner over at first. Micah watches the first ball go by him, and that's going to be called a ball by the umpire. And that ball's going to be high and inside. Kelly kind of backs off the plate a little bit because of that one. It's going to be ball 2. Pitcher Tones throws to first base. Braden Sparks is back in time. Nothing doing there. 2-0, still the count on Kelly. Here's the pitch, and Kelly's going to pop that one up, and it's going to be in play for the catcher, who ends up catching the ball, and that's going to be an out. Catcher caught the ball in foul territory right there. That still makes it an out. Rangers now have one away, and here comes Kyle Fankuk up to the plate. Fankuk had a pretty good offensive day in the first game, too. Been hitting the ball really well as of late. And Kyle hits that one down the third base line. That's going to be a foul ball. Inside pitch, and he got all that one. Fankuk swings and fouls that one off. That's going to be 0-2. Kyle's got to protect the plate here. And that ball is going to be, Kyle hits it over to the first baseman, who ends up catching the ball in foul territory. And that is going to be the second out of the inning. That brings us up to Jordan Blanton. Drew Gibson's on deck. Jordy can extend the inning here with a runner on first base. Braden Sparks is still standing over on first base. They like to get him around. And Jordy's going to watch the first ball go into the dirt inside for a ball. 12-0. Montgomery County Warriors up on the Bluegrass Rangers. And Blanton gets all of that one, hits it to the outfield, and that's going to be called by the left fielder for Montgomery County, and that will retire the side for the Rangers. Rangers get a hit. That's positive. They get a hit. And they hit the ball in this inning, so score 12-0 going into the top of the third. And it looks like the food truck's leaving. And we still have a few people in the pool on this warm summer evening. Don't have a train bound for nowhere yet, but we do have a warm summer evening. And Coach Goldie's going to warm up his son here as Looks like we might be having a catching change as I see Matthew Barnett standing in center field. Take you around the infield here. Will Hunt's at first. Believe that is Drew Gibson at second. Kyle Fankick still at third. Looks like Emerson O'Brien still at short. Barnett in center. Kelly in right. Blanton in left. And I'm not a very smart individual at all, but by process of elimination, that means Braden Sparks has to be the catcher. And here comes the catcher for the Rangers trotting out here. And it looks like it is Braden Sparks. I'm always excited when my logical processes work correctly. $12-0. Going into the top of the third, and Montgomery County is back up to bat again. This point in the game, down 12-0. You want your defense to work and get off the field as quickly as you can. And we are ready to start the third inning. Number 23 for Montgomery County steps into the batter's box. Rangers Goldie swings, hits the ball over to Emerson O'Brien, who throws it over to Will Hunt at first base, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. Good hard hit right there. And that was a good fielding play by O'Brien and a good pickup right there by Hunt. Second batter for Montgomery County hits that ball 1.5 miles, and that is going to go into left field, almost to the scoreboard here at Southland Park. And that ball is going to be close, and they are going to rule that safe. That was a very close play. The Montgomery County batter ended up sliding in, and it looked like Pigpen's dirt pile was flying around on that one, and the umpire had to make a little bit of a late call right there because of all the dirt that got around. But that's going to count as a triple. One away, runner on third. Not much anybody could do on that one. That was just a hard hit ball, and in most parks that would have been gone at the 13U level. Fankick ends up grabbing that ball, throws it over to first base. Great defensive stop by Fankick, but the ball gets away from the first baseman Hunt, and that is going to end up being a runner on second, and a run will score. So we now got 13-0 here. Fankick's throw was a little bit high. Hunt wasn't able to come down with it. That's one of those ones where come off the base a little bit, might be able to get that one. And it's now 13-0. Montgomery County. Ball's inside, and that's going to be a ball inside, with a runner on second. Braden Sparks made a great play right there to get in front of that ball and stop it from getting to the backstop, as that ball was pitched into the dirt. 2 balls, 0 strikes. Goldie throws, and that's going to be a ball is going to get away from the catcher. It's going to be 3 balls, 0 strikes. Sits on the outside. Rangers trying to minimize the damage here with a runner on third and ball 4 high. Runners on the corners for the next Montgomery County batter. He could possibly get some more RBIs in this game. Goldie checks the runner at third, sets, delivers. The ball gets away from Sparks. The runner will score from third on the ball that hits the backstop. The score is now 14-0. Runner from first goes to second, and that's going to be a 1-0 count. Goldie ends up throwing that ball, hits home plate, bounces off. Sparks gets it as it hits the backstop and bounces back toward him. 2-0, and the runner will go to third base from second base. Been a long day out here at the park, and that ball's going to hit the batter. Hits the batter in the, looks like the leg area. So now we got runners on the corners after that ball hits the batter. 1 out, and we have a convention of Rangers at the mound being led by Coach Kevin Goldie. And it looks like Matthew Barnett's going to convene the outfield for its own little meeting. I'm sure the meeting on the mound is about strategy. I'm sure the meeting in the outfield is about what game they're going to play on the Xbox Live tonight. All the meetings break up, and we are back to baseball. Goldie sets, throws. That ball's going to be a foul ball off the first base side, hits the protective screen, and bounces harmlessly back into the field of play. 0-1. Goldie ends up with his next pitch bouncing in front of the plate, and that will advance the runner from first to second as the ball gets to the backstop, and it's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch by Goldie, and that ball is going to be well hit into the outfield. It falls right in front of Micah Kelly in right field. Kelly throws the ball over to third base. Fankick ends up picking it up at third. That will score another run for Montgomery County as we have runners on the corners again with that single that fell in front of Micah Kelly. Not much Micah could do on that one. That was just a well-hit ball, and now the score is 15-0 Montgomery County. Alright, back to baseball. Runners on the corners. Goldie delivers the pitch, and that ball is well hit to the outfield as well. And that's going to fall in front of Kelly again in right field. Kelly throws it to second base. Emerson's there, but the runner beats him and beats the throw. The runner on third will score easily, and it's now 16-0. Montgomery County, and we're going to have a pinch runner come in for the runner at first base for Montgomery County. 16-0, 1 out here in the top of the third inning. And that ball is going to be inside for a ball. Goldie's still battling on the mound. And that ball is hit hard up the middle. Goldie blocks it with his glove. O'Brien steps on second base, picks up the ball, throws it to first base. It gets by Will Hunt over at first base and ends up hitting the backstop for the dugout. And we're going to have a second out of the inning on Emerson O'Brien picking up the ball and stepping on the base. So that will get us runners on the corners for 2 outs. All right. Number 16 now batting for Montgomery County. Oh, number 14 rather. And that ball is going to be outside for a ball. I was thinking of the scoreboard when I was looking at it and called the wrong number. Which proves to you I can't do 2 things at one time. Goldie delivers the pitch. That ball is going to fall in front of the plate. And that's going to be ball 2 as it gets to the backstop and the runner from first will advance to second. Goldie delivers the pitch and that's going to be called strike. I think that was a take all the way. And it looks like we had a issue with people being set. And here comes the pitch, and that's going to be outside for ball 3. It's 3-1. Counts 3-1. Don't want to load the bases here. Unfortunately, we do. And that's going to be ball 4. Bases loaded with 2 outs. And we have Warriors filling the base paths. All right. Number 8 from Montgomery County settles into the batter's box here. Goldie delivers the pitch, and that ball's going to be hitting the outside corner of the plate. Strike 1. The next pitch by Goldie is going to be hit foul down the third base line. It's out of the field of play over the protective fencing area and looks like it's in the parking lot. 0 balls, 2 strikes. And a Chevrolet gets to take that ball home. And the ball is hit hard in center field. Matthew Barnett catches the ball in center field and the inning is over. Few more runs score. But at least the Rangers get out of a bases loaded jam there. $16-0 going into the bottom of the third. And again, this is part of a larger tournament taking place here at the Bluegrass Rangers organization with locations over at Cardinal Run Park, where most of the tournament's being played, and the 13U division here at Southland Park. The advantage of coming to the Southland Park location to watch the 13U tournament is you get to see people frolicking around in the pool. And at this point, I don't know, at this point, 16 runs, not out of the realm of possibility. It can happen, right? And it looks like the Montgomery County team is having a meeting on the mound during the warm-ups. Might be a MoCo game breaking out. I'm not real sure. And for the Rangers coming up, it's going to be Drew Gibson and Matthew Barnett and Braylon Goldie. Gibson, Barnett, and Goldie. So if you're scoring at home, if you're still listening to me at home, it's 9-1-2 in the batting order. Well, Mama said there'd be days like this. This is where you do some teaching and learning here if you're the Rangers. It's one of those games where you learn from what happened and move on. Not much else you can do. Here at Southland Park on Hillendale Drive in the heart of the Bluegrass, Lexington, Kentucky. Rangers baseball. The score right now in the bottom of the third inning, the Montgomery County Warriors from Mount Sterling 16, the Bluegrass Rangers 13U, Kevin Goldie's group 0. All right, we're back to play here, and here is Drew Gibson for his first appearance of the ball game as a batter. Gibson hits the ball at first base. The first baseman's going to pick it up, and he is not going to pick it up. The ball gets completely mishandled by the first baseman. Looks like he kind of bobbled it a little bit on the ground. So that's going to get Gibson on. Great way for the inning to start, as Gibson didn't give up on that one. Even though that looked like an easy out for Montgomery County, he did not give up on that one, and that brings us back to Matthew Barnett, who lined out to that first baseman in the first inning. All right, something's going on. And that's going to be a balk. Let's see what happened here. I believe the umpire is saying that he made a step toward home. And that's going to have the first runner in scoring position here for the Rangers in the bottom of the third inning. And Barnett gets out of the way of that one, and that's going to be a ball in the dirt, ball one. And Gibson's going to end up on third base. Barnett awaits the second pitch. And that ball's going to be low and in the dirt. 2-0 to Matthew. Matthew's one of the better hitters here in Bluegrass Little League and with the Bluegrass Rangers. Going to be high and inside, ball 3. 3-0, so pretty much you're going to wait and see what happens on this pitch. See if the pitcher helps you out and gives you a free pass. Be like Monopoly. Everybody needs to get out of jail free card here. And Matthew watches the ball go low, and that's going to be ball 4, and we're going to have runners on the corners for the Rangers. Something's cooking. Rangers Goldie's up. Score is 16-0. Nobody out. Runners on the corners. And I suspect Matthew Barnett will just take off here. Pitcher delivers the pitch. That ball is high, and looks like the catcher was going to throw it down second base, and all he just does is just throws it hard back to his pitcher, which is the smart play right there. Ball 1, runners on second and third. Braylon gets a hit here. We're going to score. And Braylon watches that one go low. Ball 2. 2-0. Not sure what's going on in center field. Might not like the call. And that ball's going to be outside. 3-0. Now on a 3-0 with no outs and 2 on. Just wait and see what happens here. I make him throw me a strike. And that's exactly what he does. 3-1. Now with the 3-1 count, you got a little bit more freedom here. Everybody loves freedom, right? And Braylon ends up fouling that one off. It hits the protective netting, plays Plinko off the protective screen here, and it falls harmlessly behind home plate and rolls over into the catcher's glove. 3-2. Bob Barker would have been proud of that Plinko right there. Rangers Goldie ends up swinging and missing at the next pitch, which was down the heart of the plate, and it's going to be a strikeout for the first out of the inning, and that brings us up to Emerson O'Brien. Emerson has hit the ball really well for the Rangers here tonight. Pitcher checks the runners, and that's going to be low and inside for a ball. Ball 1. Love to see the Rangers score a few here. That gives some confidence going into the morning for the knockout part of the tournament. We're still in pool play. And that ball's going to be thrown right behind Emerson O'Brien, and he just wisely stands there and watches it go behind his back. 2-0. And when I mean pool play, it's where you have teams in the pool playing each other, not kids in a pool playing with beach ball. And that's going to be a ball in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Nobody goes anywhere on the base paths. Didn't get that far away from the catcher. But we're up to a 3-0 count. And that ball is going to go straight over the plate for strike 1. 3-1. For the hitter, that's always a smart thing to do. See if you get your pass cord go. And that ball is going to bounce off of the dirt into the protective fence behind us, and that's going to be a walk. And that's going to bring Will Hunt to the plate. And we have a mound meeting for Montgomery County. Base is full of Rangers. Rangers have a chance to put some runs on the board. Home side of the scoreboard kind of looks a little lonely. And it looks like the pool has closed behind us as we have people vacating the area. And that ball is hit by Will Hunt into the air, and that is going to be the infield fly rule, as both umpires point to the sky, and that is the symbol for the infield fly. And the reason why it's the infield fly rule is the bases are loaded, and you don't want the defense intentionally dropping the ball in order to turn a double play in that situation, especially with one out. Now with 2 outs, the infield fly doesn't apply. And Sparks is up. Sparks swings at the first pitch, and that's going to be strike 1. Braden awaits the second pitch, and that's going to be in the dirt. Gets past the catcher, and nobody's going anywhere. So we still have a base path full of Rangers. One and one. With 2 outs, Braden's trying to put some runs on the board. Ball 2. 2-1. Braden getting some encouragement here. And Braden hits that ball. Choppy hit over to second base. Second baseman will pick up the ball and will step on the bag. The inning ends, but Braden hit the ball pretty hard. And I believe that is going to be the game being called after a 16-0 deficit here after two and a half. So Montgomery County will not bat in the. I'm sorry, 3 innings complete. 3 innings complete because Rangers were the home team. Montgomery County will not bat in the 4th inning. That's going to be the end of the ball game, and the final score: the Montgomery County Warriors 16, the Bluegrass Rangers, coached by Kevin Goldie, 0. And we'll see tomorrow what time the start time will be for these Rangers in the 13U tournament, and that will be posted on the new Facebook page for the Bluegrass Rangers 13U Goldie team. So check out that page. It just was formed this morning. Go to Facebook and search Bluegrass Rangers Baseball 13U Goldie, and you should find us. Until tomorrow, Doug Barnett signing off from Southland Park from an exciting day of baseball action. Thank you all very much. Take care.